Hello everyone, this is Chelsea from Those with Words. Today I am sharing with you the journal flip-throughs of my 2 Japan travel journals. As you can see, yes, I filled up 2 entire regular traveler's notebook inserts with my 12-day trip. The first one I'm showing you here is focused on Tokyo. So I stayed in Tokyo for the first few days and the last few days of my trip, and the in-between when I went to Kurashiki, Osaka, and just the day in Kyoto, I kept that in the other notebook. So as you can see here, I'm just doing a thumbs up to the Traveler's Factory and the train station in Tokyo Station, which was a lot of fun. I actually went there and to Tobichi, which is the Hobonichi store, on the first day, and I was very, very jet lagged. And I will say that even though it was really fun, the whole thing just kind of felt like a blur to me. So that was actually really funny. And then here is, I was just showing glitch coffee, which was also really delicious. Here I made a little pocket and I decided to put the business card of the amazing pancakes place that I ate in. And then throughout the inserts, you'll see lots of tip-ins of business cards, but also like little stickers and things here and there. And if you see things that look like little character stickers, those are actually my friends' Twitch emote stickers or their own stickers. And I put them there because they made those recommendations to me and I wanted to write about them separately too. Like so-and-so recommended that we go here and it was really good, you know, things like that. I also saved a bunch of like stickers from, you know, various restaurants. The one I just showed you was stuck to my coffee cup and I managed to peel that off and put that at the back of the business card. I also did lots of stationery shopping, so occasionally you'll see receipts or like these memo pads that look like receipts, and then I write down, you know, what I bought and you know, the things that I can remember from that store. This particular one is really special. The menu that I'm showing you now is a really nice restaurant that my partner and I ate at, and the chef at the end signed these menus for us. We didn't even have to ask, so that was a really magical moment. And then here is a spread about Team Lab and Ancora. Ancora was a really special experience where I got to make my own little fountain pen. So I'm showing you that now just because the photo of it is right there. Once I was done making it, they took it to this ink wall and they were like, here, take a photo of your new pen. And I thought that was so nice of them to do that. And then here is a break between day 5 and day 10 of my entire trip because for those 5 days I was away. And so now I'm showing you when we stayed in Shibuya at this place called Sequence Miyashita Park. I believe this is a relatively new hotel that opened in 2020, and we got this amazing room with like an incredible view. So that was, I felt really spoiled while I was there. And then on day 11, met up with Jasmine from Jasmine Marie Plans in Nakameguro. And so I'm doing like a little heart there to be like, we met with friends. And so we went to Kinto, the flagship store, and then also, of course, the Traveler's Factory Nakameguro, the flagship store there, and I just look so ecstatic in that photo. We also got to meet up with Silda, who was just in the photos there, and CY as well. And I put thank you CY's long arm because otherwise we would not have been able to get that selfie. And we saw some beautiful cherry blossoms along Meguro River. That was a really memorable day for me. And then also, I think later that day, this is the same day, I'm shaking my notebook because I also got to see Tori from Techo by Tori, who I've known for a long time. We used to go to Bay Area Planners meetup together when we both lived in the Bay Area. And so it was a really nice experience to be able to see her again, but in Japan instead. It was so nice to catch up on just like life things. And then at the end of the trip in Shibuya, we did a lot of extra shopping, try to eat some food that we thought we were going to miss. And I ended this particular journal with my part of my plane ticket, and then also just writing some things about next time. Do even less each day. I also didn't get to try too much convenience store food, so I wrote that down, and just like random interesting things to note from the trip. There are a couple of empty pages. We did manage to fit everything we bought into the luggage that we brought with us, so we didn't have to buy any new luggage, which was great. And even though there are a couple leftover pages, I was like, I think I'm done with this journal. So I was pretty happy with how that one came together. Now, this is the one that covers the trips from Tokyo Station. And this is the insert that comes with the Tokyo Station brown traveler's notebook. And I decorated it and I put this big sticker on it. The stamp in the front is supposed to have text there, but I did not do a good job of stamping it at the Tokyo Station Travelers Factory, and so that whole middle part just was empty. So I decided to just letter in trips from, myself, instead of worrying about it, because you can't really redo that, right? And here is day 5, and that's where this particular travel journal is starting. And then that's the day that we took the bullet train for the first time to go to Kurashiki. It was about, I would say, maybe 4 hours away, so maybe 3.5, I think, to Okayama Station, which is the larger station. And then we had to take a local train to Kurashiki. Shaking my hands here again because I finally got to go to the Superior Labor Kurashiki, and I wrote the feels when I finally arrived at the store. I had to stand in the front when I saw that lantern that shows the logo, and was like, I need to take a second before I go in because I was so excited. I think I shared a little bit in a past Journal With Me video about how this page came together, or at least how the middle illustration came together, but that is where I got this custom Black Traveler's notebook, and I did an okay job of illustrating it, but I'm happy that, I tried something new, and I dedicated 2 whole spreads to this experience. And then I also got to go to Kurashiki, and I thought their business card in this particular format is really cool. It folds out in a really interesting way, and it even has a little map and everything. So I thought that was really cool. So that was definitely, I saw it, I grabbed it and was like, this is gonna go into my journal as a tip-in. And you'll see that as a theme just throughout the, both inserts, just lots of tip-ins of business cards. I was really happy to see that Japan had a bunch of business cards still, because I feel like in certain areas of the US, at least here in the Bay Area, a lot of stores don't really have business cards anymore. So I, was grabbing all of the business cards that I could find to tip into my journals. And then I am now in this part of the travel journal showing you the Sailor Pro Gear Slim Chaska Mini. What a mouthful. But that's the one I ended up purchasing at Nagasawa in Osaka. So now we're in that Osaka part of the trip. And this place called Osaru Coffee had the cutest business card. It just looks like a coffee filter, but at the back, it is a business card. In the back, there's a little address and everything. So I basically put in an extra photo inside that filter just to use it, in a slightly more interesting way. And then here's all the adorable food at Pokemon's Cafe in Osaka, which actually was pretty tasty. Those 2 in particular on the right side those were the main dishes and the desserts. And I enjoyed it quite a bit. I was kind of surprised. I honestly thought it was just going to be, just cute and pretty food and not that tasty, but I had a great time. And Dotonbori, which is a classic location, very touristy, of course, but I had never been there before, so I decided to explore that. Very, very busy on a Sunday night, so we actually ended up getting some dinner a little bit outside of that. And this is where I got sick with a cold. Thankfully, it wasn't anything super serious, but I don't know, I guess I just pushed myself a little bit too hard. It was my first international trip in 4 years. And so, maybe I just wasn't used to that much traveling. So even though I wore my mask everywhere, I still got sick with a cold. This is now our day away in Kyoto, which I would like to spend more time in next time around. We also had to skip some morning stuff that we had scheduled because I was still not feeling well. This is a particular stamp store called Tamaru Imbo, and I'm showing you this stamp because it's a commemorative stamp that you can stamp for free there. And the details were just incredible, and I was just really surprised. So that stamp store was like stamp heaven, and I loved it. And then we went to Traveler's Factory Kyoto, which was, I would say, the most spacious place out of all of the 3 Traveler's Factories that I went to. And then I got to meet up with Eunice and Chingai, so that was really, really nice. And we have a photo of us there. And Eunice and I got to shop a little bit together, so that was really nice as well. And then we ate at this particular restaurant, and they basically had a bunch of little things on your plate that you could put together into your own. So you got some seaweed, you had some rice, and then you could put like any of these things in any combination that you would like, and you could just eat it together, which was a really interesting experience. Then the following day, we were back in Osaka, and we went to Universal Studios Japan, and we were super excited to be able to visit Super Nintendo World, which to me and my partner, that was the highlight of Universal Studios for us. So we got the area pass thing, we got the little wristbands that allow you to interact with a bunch of different things in Super Nintendo World. We went on Mario Kart. That was super fun. It was like a really fun AR experience, and you could like shoot shells, and it was just like the game. It was really, really cool the way they recreated that. And with the wristbands, you could also play mini games and go on to like quote unquote defeat Bowser Jr., and that was super fun. And the food at Kinopio Cafe, or Kinopio is I think Toad's Japanese name or the original name, and the food was really cute and delicious as well. Here I'm just showing you a little fun packaging from McDonald's. I think that was like a special pie that they had when we were there, so we got one to try and it was pretty good. And then we picked up some food from the train station and got back on the train to Tokyo. And here I'm showing you a couple of the train station stamps that I collected. I still missed a few. So for example, I don't have the Kurashiki one, even though I think they have one. I wasn't very good at locating these stamps, so my partner had to kind of like help me look up a few things. But yeah, that is it for those 2 journals. I had so much fun during this trip. It felt really bittersweet to finish these 2 inserts because now it feels like the trip is truly over. But it's been a while, and I am really proud of myself for finishing these 2 and just really filling it to the brim with memories and photos and writing and all the reflections and everything. And I will for sure, look upon these journals with lots of love in the future. So thank you so much for watching this flip through. I really hope you enjoyed it. I will be back with another video soon. Thank you for watching. Bye.